diversity is a way of life, and it's going to be a way of life. And you just don't get this place or move to this position without being trained to do that. And that's a part of what I've done with my last 10 years. I've been working with teacher education programs and trying to train teachers to work in diverse areas with diverse populations. And number one, we have them to look at, if you're training to be a teacher, you need to get in touch with your own identity. Get in touch with yourself and really know who you are before you try to go and work with people that are different than yourself. And there's a whole series of academic courses that we put student teachers through, where they will have to look at their identity. Who am I? What was my upbringing like? And how was my upbringing different from others? And think about this, conceptualize this, and then put it into actual practice. And then another step is to look at what is being taught. What is being taught? What is the instructional program that's being offered to students? And how is it that you can develop an instructional program that will give all people, whether they are female, whether they are black, whether they are Hispanic, Asian, or what have you, a chance to see themselves in the curriculum material that you are presenting in front of them, as opposed for coming to the classroom and coming from the European perspective. And everything that you teach, everything that you lay out is based on the European heritage, the European background. You're going to infuse your curriculum so that it will be palatable to a diverse population of people. But every time you get one project going and it was doing well, they would take the monies away and put it someplace else, and you could never see the long-range effect for this. I remember when Croton, which is now King, Croton, was a school that the federal government pumped a lot of money into, and they had the ULEAP program. And the ULEAP program was that you had to have certain kids from inner cities that was making really good grades and were good black kids. And I remember my daughter Judy was selected to participate in that. And then they brought in kids from these white suburban schools, and they brought them into King School, and you had what was known as the ULEAP program. But they had federal monies that they had all kind of very pronounced academic programs. They might have had 5 or 6 language teachers. So you would teach French, and you could teach German, you could teach Italian, a lot of different programs. And then you had music teachers. You'd have a very pronounced band teacher, instrumental music teacher, and maybe a gospel, everything. You have the best of everything in King School. And the program lasted for a while, but they didn't have a feeder school that would take those kids and continue that kind of endeavor. So when my daughter finished whatever the grade was, I guess it was the 6th grade, she went to what is H.W. Smith now. Over this, there was a bus over there. So you had all kinds of programs being created, but they were not, they didn't solve the problems, and they were not long lasting.